Okay, this video is talking about areas of shapes, and to start with we're going to discuss the rectangle and the triangle because we should already know these two. So the area of the triangle is just length times breadth, and because the triangle is half a rectangle, it's just a half length times breadth, or I call it base times height when we're talking about a triangle. So a half base times height. So this means work out the base times height first and then half your answer. Okay, moving on to examples. So the first one's a rectangle. So you would write your formula, A equals L times B for length times breadth. The length's just normally the longer side and the breadth is the other one. So 5 times 3 is 15. The units are centimetres, but it's area. So you put a little squared unit on it. Going on to the triangle. It's a half base times height. The base is on the bottom, so that's 4. The height is 2. Multiply them together, you get 8, and a half of 8 is 4. Now, the measurements were in metres, so metres squared for that one. Okay, so for rectangle, length times breadth, we just multiplied 5 and 3 together to get 15. And for the triangle, base times height and then half it. So 4 times 2 is 8, half of 8 is 4. Okay, moving on to the parallelogram. The parallelogram means you've got two pairs of parallel sides. So how we work that out is we just do base times the vertical height. So area equals base times height. Here's an example. So the base is 8, the height is 5. You'll just do 8 times 5. So write your formula first, then pop in the numbers. 8 5s are 40, and it's in centimetres, so it'll be a centimetre squared. Okay, and that's for the parallelogram. Okay, moving on to the rhombus. A rhombus is just like a squash square, so all 4 sides will be the same length, but the angles will not be 90 degrees. So the D represents the diagonals from one corner to the other. So the longer side I've given a capital letter and the smaller side I've given a small letter too. So just multiply both diagonals together and then half it. So that's how you find the area of a rhombus. Let's do an example. Okay, so here's an example with a large diagonal of 10 and a small diagonal of 6. So multiply the 10 and 6 together and then half it. So 10 times 6 is 60, and a half of 60 is 30. This one's in metres, so we'll put a metre squared on it. And that's how you do the rhombus.